Budget is only as good as its implementation.
President Bola Tinubu signs 2024 Renewed Hope Appropriation Bill of 28.7 trillion naira into law.
We call upon all Nigerians to walk in the path of peace.
As the world welcomes year 2024, Nigerians urged to be optimistic with renewed hope agenda of present administration.
Road is everything.
Correspondent brings us exciting developments in Nigeria's work sector in the past year. Hello and welcome to this New Year edition of the Network News on NTA. I'm Naja Atutujani. John Adams will be joining us live from Lagos in the course of the bulletin. Remember that this broadcast is always being streamed live on our website, nta.ng/live. Do remember to follow us across all social media platforms for the latest news. Happy New Year. President Bola Tinubu has signed the Renewed Hope 2024 Appropriation Bill of 28.7 trillion naira into law. State House correspondent Musbau Danwahab reports that the president took up the task just after his arrival from his Yuletide break in Lagos.
Happy New Year.
President Bola Tinubu returned to Abuja after his Yuletide break in Lagos. It was a working break, and there was a guard of honor to receive a commander-in-chief back to the seat of power. But back at the State House, another guard of honor was waiting. This time, civilians, and it was a call to another duty. The NAS-approved appropriation bill was here delivered. Even on this holiday, the president had to do the needful.
Signing the Appropriation Act today is a great honor because to me as a politician and head of state, there is no holiday.
The budget presented on November 29, 2023 returned just 1 month later and 1.2 trillion naira higher, but the president takes it in good faith.
I thank the National Assembly for this prompt review, adjustment, and what they deem necessary. This is an evidence and a great testament to the excellent relationship between the executive and the legislature.
Student loan, school feeding, cash transfer, consumer credits, and other life-lifting projects and programs promised by the government are now expected to get the necessary financial impetus from the first budget of renewed hope, as the president says his aim is to reduce deficits in development by increasing capital expenditure.
It means a lot. It means where the hope is hanged in development, and particularly human capital development.
With the appropriation law now in place as the ginger for performance, the man in front re-emphasized his commitment to good governance.
A budget is only as good as its implementation. We will implement it. I want to assure the Nigerians that all the MDAs and our teams have been warned. That's why we even take our time to separate economic planning from finance. The goal is to promote efficiency, dedication, and accountability. If you cannot do that, you may have to leave us.
The Presidential Monitoring and Delivery Unit is in place to track performance. Just a reminder. From the State House, Musbau and Wahab, NT News.
Yeah, 2023 might have been rough and tough for many Nigerians, but 2024 promises to be a rewarding year as President Bola Tinubu says his administration is now poised to build on the foundation laid for development across sectors in the country. Reaffirming all this via the Renewed Hope agenda in a New Year address to the nation. Again, State House correspondent Musbal Nanwahab reports.
2023 that has just gone by.
Year 2023 went by, but most Nigerians will certainly not forget in a hurry. Some economic policies and decisions of the federal government have been hard pills, but the president clearly understands the effect of these steps on the citizens. As he says, those tough times were just the foundational sacrifice necessary for the good days ahead.
Having laid the groundwork of our economic recovery plans within the last 7 months of year 2023, we are now poised to accelerate the pace of our service delivery across the sectors.
And those sectoral benefits are expected to manifest in food security, education and health, while hoping for a virile economy with steady power supply as the driver.
Other power installation projects to strengthen the reliability of our transmission lines and optimize the integrity of our national grid are ongoing across the country.
The recent carnage in Plateau State came as a blemish on the otherwise improved security situation in the country, but the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces maintains that security remains one of his administration's top priorities.
Silently, we have worked to free captives from abductors, while we can't beat our chest yet that we had solved all the security problems. We are working hard to ensure that we all have peace of mind in our homes, places of work, and on the roads.
As the government races against time to ensure a fair and equitable society, the President expressed his resolve to also remove any hurdle along the path to making Nigeria a destination of choice for local and foreign investments. And based on the parameters set for performance of his administration, President Tinubu is certain that the evaluation will begin henceforth.
Within the first quarter of this year, ministers and head of agencies with a future in this administration that I lead will continue to show themselves.
And while his government continues with effort to deliver good governance, the President is equally asking for support of all Nigerians to make the common aspiration of a greater Nigeria a reality.
I extend this call to my political opponents in the last election. Election is over. It is time for all of us to work together for the sake of our country.
Now, with the arrival of year 2024, President Tinubu wants Nigerians to look into the new year with renewed hopes and for the gains of the pains in the past. Musbal Nanwahab, NC News.
And speaking of renewed hope as well as the promises made in the new year address is the signing of the budget, and key players have been expressing hope that the 2024 budget just signed into law will deliver aspirations of Nigerians as it is focused on growing the economy. The ministers of Budget and Finance expressed the hope while speaking to State House correspondents after President Bola Tinubu signed the appropriation bill into law.
It's a budget that have increased spending in our priority areas: human capital development, education, health, and infrastructure, from works, power, housing, water resources, as well as innovation, digital economy, creative economy, science and technology. Humanitarian spending has also gone up.
So we're relying less on borrowing and more on revenue. And I think you have to take the two together. I think we're very optimistic about the improvements in revenue that will take place. We are already, even from tomorrow, applying technology and digitalization to ensure that the revenue that should come to government from all sources, including from government-owned enterprises, comes into the Consolidated Revenue Fund. And on the other side, we are bringing order to government borrowing.
National Assembly also promised to follow up the implementation of the budget through oversight function.
If there is need, that we also undertake joint monitoring of the implementation of the budget to ensure that, yes, nobody can tell us one thing in the chambers or in the green chambers and another thing in the red chambers. We will make sure that we monitor very well. And he has also assured us that he has passed the matching orders to them. Ours is to make sure that we do our job.
He said he should be taking on his oars, that it will be delivered. This is a budget that will lay the foundation of the renewed hope. So I believe this is the budget that the Nigerian people are waiting for. This is the budget of the Nigerian people are yearning for, and we'll make sure that together we'll be able to deliver it well.
And joining us live from our Kaduna studios to provide insight into the signing of the budget by President Tinubu, among other related matters, is Professor Kabir Matu of the Uni-Abuja Department of Political Science and International Relations and a Public Affairs Analyst. Thank you for joining us, Professor, and Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you too.
Now, Professor, what are your takeaways from the President's national address?
Well, thank you very much. The central focus of the address of the President this morning actually was to assure Nigerians that all the very difficult decisions that he has taken up in issue at the commencement of his administration are decisions that are necessary if Nigeria is to get out of the predicament that it has found itself in over many, several years. One of them, of course, is the withdrawal of subsidy on petroleum products, as well as the removal of, the parallel market as far as the foreign exchange regime is concerned. The President was very emphatic that he feels the pains of each and every one of us, and that he is assuring us that he's committed to ensuring that in the shortest possible time, apart from the necessary palliative measures that he's putting in place, the result of the very painful, decisions that have been taken will be realized, and at the end of the day, Nigerians, will celebrate. But fundamentally, he has drawn a lot of effort in the area of building the refining capacity of the Nigerian, oil industry, which to a great extent will invariably lead to sharp reduction in the price of petroleum products as we see in the markets today. If that is achieved, it also has the other very serious implication of perhaps liberating the Naira to regain some value against the US dollars. And I believe, of course, that's one of the major difficulties that Nigerians are facing at the moment. Of course, the issue of insecurity has been a national calamity, and government has been saying a lot of things over the last few years. And the moment some sections are addressed, we see that new frontiers are also opened in terms of the tactics and strategies of the undesirable elements within the society, causing havoc, pains, and penury to the majority of the Nigerian nation. And I hope that the President will pay more attention on perhaps reinvigorating the Nigerian security agencies and apparatuses to the extent that they probably will have to change their tactics in order to be able to combat this very obvious national menace that has given most Nigerians sleepless nights. So I think the speech was, as usual, a lot of understanding, a lot of call on us to appreciate the circumstances and the necessities behind the painful decisions taken, which at the end of the day will lead to the realization of.
Now let's talk about new frontiers, which you mentioned. What do you think of the president's desire to make Nigeria the destination of choice for foreign investors? Professor, what do you think of the president's desire to make Nigeria the destination of choice for foreign investors?
Well, that's President Tinubu's, desire all the time. He says that, Nigeria should be, and ordinarily Nigeria should be, because a nation of 250 million naira with a backed up purchasing power and relative economic stability should be a destination for any investor wishing to come to the continent of Africa. But we are bedeviled by serious crises, like I did say, the crisis in the very weak currency that the naira is gradually turning into, unless of course there are deliberate strategies on the part of the president and his government to do away from this extreme economisticism that tends to put the value of the currency at the mercy of the production capacity within the country or the level of the foreign reserve that we have. We may continue to face this crisis, and the more the naira slides against the dollar, the less the attraction on the part of those who may desire to invest in this country. So I think the president has to listen also to the alternative explanation and not pay too much emphasis on what the Washington Consensus group of economists that are running the affairs of the economic sector in Nigeria. The president must also listen to the alternative. There has to be some level of government involvement in the determination of the value of the Nigerian currency. If we allow it to continue to be dependent on...
To cut you in, Professor, I'm sorry, I have to cut you there, because the president returned to Abuja and immediately signed the budget passed by the National Assembly. Can you say that the president is already walking the talk?
Some firm, decisive decision that may not be, palatable to the Washington Consensus group that will continue to tell us to devalue our currency and so on and so forth, remove subsidy on petroleum products, and so many other things like that. This is a naira that, a dollar that was 75 kobo in the last 35 years. For God's sake, is going for over 1,000 naira to a dollar today in Nigeria. And all this, in my view, actually strict adherence to the prescription that we get from the World Bank, from the IMF, without injecting some major or decisive
I'm afraid I have to cut you again, Professor. Thank you very much, Professor. I'm afraid I have to cut in there, Professor. I'm so sorry. We've run out of time, but thank you very much for providing all this insight. I was speaking with Professor Kabir Matu of the Department of Political Science and International Relations at the University of Abuja, analyzing the President's New Year speech and, of course, what the signing of the budget means for Nigerians. And still, on optimism, Nigerians should be optimistic about the renewed hope agenda of the present administration, which is poised to take the nation to the promised land. However, a high sense of patriotism and fervent prayers should be guiding principles. This message resonated at New Year church services in Abuja. Olajide Bello reports.
Faces in a mood of thanksgiving for grace, filled with optimism to witness the year 2024, dotted the landscapes at both First Baptist Church Gariki and St. James Church Asokoro. Adorned in beautiful attires and in high spirit, Christians rendered songs of praise to appreciate God for his mercies throughout 2023.
One, we should trust God and look up to God. And then two, we should follow the precepts of God and help our fellow Nigerians to know the precepts of God.
It's a year of peace. It's a year of completeness. We call upon all Nigerians to walk in the path of peace. Bible says, follow peace with all men. Let us love one another. God has given us a new year. We thank God for it.
We had a lot of successes and a lot of achievements. So after reflecting, we need to, come up with new strategies that will enable us to nip this scourge, in the bud. So
you can see in year 2023 there was scarcity, but in this year 2024 there's going to be a great super abundance.
It was a year of election. There are a lot of policy implementation that brought unexpected hardship on the people, but we thank God because God brought us through.
Special prayers for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope administration climaxed the New Year service. Olajide Bello, Nta News.
Thanks for staying tuned. And now for a feel of what's happening in some major cities. But before we join our correspondents across the nation, residents in Abuja converged on Eagle Square to count down to 2024 and usher in the new year with excitement and optimism. Tope Alabi was there and files in this report.
Nigerians have welcomed year 2024 with lots of excitement, lots of hope that a brighter year has been ushered in. A lot of them are of the opinion that year 2024 is going to bring a lot of prosperity for Nigerians. Like Mr. President said, let the poor breathe. A lot are hopeful that the poor will eventually breathe in 2024.
I pray 2024 is going to be a blissful year to us. It's going to be a better Nigeria. I renewed hope 2024 will be a better Nigeria for all Nigerians out there.
For the people of Nigeria, it's going to be a different year. That's why the challenge we passed through in 2023 is going to be a totally different year. And we pray it's going to be a success for every one of us.
2023 was an amazing year for me, and I hope for a better 2024.
My name is Happy Salim. I want to be happy. My name is I want to keep bad energy away from me. Yes, and I want to be a better version of me now.
I feel like we should be positive, and be hopeful that things are going to be better. So I think it's worth celebrating the crossover, the fact that we're alive.
Nigeria is a good country. There's so much money here. Just find out something to do and be committed to that thing and be consistent with that thing. You will win.
I want to contribute my own quota to the Federal Republic of Nigeria for my country to be a very better place.
A better Nigeria is us. So I feel we should all join hands together, help Mr. President, help the government to have a better country by the grace of God.
I believe in growth in myself in 2024 by God's grace. So in 2024, I also believe I pray for Nigeria to be more united than this, and let's be one nation and push the nation forward by God's grace.
Yesterday, the budget was signed, and the president has said that the best years are yet to come, and that we're going to start immediately. You can see he's activating the students' loan, he's activating infrastructure. You can see that our crude oil, our refineries are going to be up. Deadlines were given for December and January, and if you see what's going on in Port Harcourt refinery right now, you will see that the government is actually walking the talk.
Tope Alabi, NTA. High hopes and expectations there for 2024. For me, I hope 2024 is the year I learn how to make ofe onubu. That is bitter leaf soup. But before we talk about that, let's take this report. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, has welcomed the first baby of the year 2024. A baby boy. He was delivered at the National Hospital, Abuja, at exactly 12:03 a.m. on this Monday, January 1st, 2024. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
3.5 kilograms at birth and looking very healthy, the bouncing baby boy made his entry into the world and family of Boluwatife Johnson at exactly 12 on Monday morning.
Happy New Year. Is this your first? Oh, first in everything.
First in everything. Baby.
Welcoming this bundle of joy is the first official engagement of Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, in the new year. And being our first since becoming the mother of the nation, it is no surprise that she came bearing gifts.
So congratulations, and we pray that you have many more glorious children. Do we have more girls?
Other babies delivered at the hospital, including a set of triplets and a conjoined twins, Hassana and Usena, shared in the fortune of baby Boluwatife as the First Lady, accompanied by wife of the Vice President, Nana Shetima, and the Minister of Women Affairs, were conducted around the children ward by the Chief Medical Director of the hospital, Professor Muhammad Mahmood, to further spread the love and message of the new year.
It is a moment not only to celebrate the birth of this beautiful baby, but also to acknowledge the profound significance that each new life has on us as a society. The birth of a baby is a reminder that in the midst of all that we face as humans, the cycle of life continues.
Exclusive breastfeeding, antenatal and postnatal care are essential for proper child development, and while government works out needed policies and partnership to deliver them, the First Lady says mothers must ensure that their babies have access.
I also charge our women to know their HIV/AIDS status, to enable them to take adequate care of themselves and prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV/AIDS, particularly for pregnant and nursing mothers.
For the parents of baby Boluwatife, the visit of the First Lady is an unexpected blessing.
Entire family, we are all excited about her visit, and we are grateful. We are grateful for the honor and the privilege to meet her.
A gift of a newborn baby, not only that, bringing the wife of the President, Vice President, Minister of Women Affairs, and a lot of dignitaries who believe that this baby will make me see this kind of people.
Baby Boluwatife is the first child of his parents. From the National Hospital, Abuja, Adeni Itaiwo, NTA News.
A special baby and a special gift indeed. Now for a feel of celebrations across some major cities in the country, and Benson Osadebe is in Oka at Club Road by the popular Abakaliki Street. Hello Benson, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. We are live here in Oka, the state capital of Anambra State. Here in Oka, we are on Club Road, precisely by Abakaliki Street. Here is a world of its own in terms of entertainment and merriment. As you can see, from the left flank, you have clubs lined up, and from the right flank, you have people coming here to merry. People here are those from Lagos, within and outside the city, even from those from America here. And Anambra State, one take home about here is that Anambra State is peaceful. The security situation in this place is very calm, and the CP of the state has assured Nigerians and Anambra people in particular that they should go home and sleep with their two eyes closed. Abakaliki Street by Club Road is not just a bubbling place. Life will continue here, nightlife will continue here till tomorrow, and this is how it has been. It's a recurring issue, and at the end of the day, people are happy. But this negates what we saw in the morning. When I took a drive around Oka Metropolis, the popular Enugu-Onitsha Expressway by Aroma, you see that there were we witnessed less vehicular movement and human movement. But people here attributed it to the fact that many people went to night mass or service, as the case might be, and they had to take a break and siesta.
Okay. What are some of the popular meals?
As we are here now, we have some people that want to talk to us and tell us how they feel about.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name?
My name is Anthony Ikenadibo.
Yeah. How do you feel about what is happening here in terms of security situation and merriment?
Oh yeah, security is 100% thanks to Soludo, and merriment. Oh, it couldn't have been better. And Mokudu, as you know, if you check out the fishes down there, holo, it's beautiful and tasty and all that. So we are excited to be in Oka, Anambra State capital, and that's about it now. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You heard from him that Anambra is peaceful, and for those fun seekers, Anambra is the place. From here, we'll be going to Zainab in Meduguri. Zainab, over to you.
And here in Maiduguri, the state capital, as you can see everywhere, there is light, and the people are out here sharing kindness and enjoying themselves in their own way. Right from my left is a store here. People are going in and out, coming out for their shoppings. And behind me are people taking up photographs. The atmosphere is generally peaceful, and the turnout of people, especially earlier this afternoon at zoo, amusement park, and other places, is commendable. So the people are filled with joy and laughter. And from my observation, the residents are looking forward to a fresh part and redoubling their effort to celebrate the 2024.
About Zainab. Happy New Year, Zainab. Now tell me, what are some of the traditions during the New Year festivities in Maiduguri? Just tell us one or two that the people engage in.
All right, the people usually seize the opportunity to go out to shopping with family and friends. Then they go for photographs, enjoy themselves at resort, shopping mall, and other eateries.
And is it the same, Zainab, especially now that it's already late, you know? I understand the weather in the daytime is not too hot. So have people been going out the whole day up until the evening?
Yes, my people are out here. You can see from my camera, cars are moving about and people are trooping from left and right. So definitely people are all here since morning up until this hour.
Did you get a chance to talk to any residents about their hopes for the new year?
Okay, let's see if this person will talk.
But in the meantime, though, what other interesting facts do you have to share with us, especially in terms of security? People are, are there any concerns? People are going about their normal business, it seems.
Yeah, indeed. The current atmosphere is in control because we have this CJTF. They are all here manning the places to make sure that everything is in order.
All right,
and
then,
there
Zainab.
Are some little youth playing out games here.
All right then, Zainab, thank you very much. We would have loved to hear more, but we've run out of time. Thank you very much, Zainab. That was our correspondent in Maiduguri on the mood and celebrations. Now, the first day of every year gives opportunity to welcome and celebrate the star child of the year. And this year, baby Boluwatife Johnson emerged to join the list of babies of the year for 2024. Ngozi Teknikio takes a look at this annual tradition which has come to stay.
Less than a day old, this baby born to Mr. and Mrs. Boluwatife Johnson from Kwara State is already famous. Not only has he attracted presidential handshake to his parents, but bountiful gift items from the First Lady and Mother of the nation. Little wonder his parents describe him as a star child and a bundle of joy.
I'll just say I feel great, I feel elated, I feel honored. I feel awesome. All the positive words. This wasn't planned at all.
I feel so excited. Also seeing the First Lady, the wife of the Vice President, Minister of Women Affairs, and a lot of people. They come, they give us gifts and all that. It shows that the child is a blessing to us and to the family.
For the newest baby of the year, the First Lady prays that he grows to consolidate the renewed hope of the federal government and calls for adequate care of children by parents, especially mothers.
As a mother, I am committed to enhancing an environment that nurtures and supports the well-being of our children in particular and the families in general in a safe and loving home.
Thank you so much. I thank the Vice President's wife. I thank everybody here, especially the First Lady, for this kind of move, and that even the child has himself is now a great child by God's grace.
Celebrating the baby of the year is a legacy dates back to 2012. Since then, all children who by divine providence make the list are celebrated in a special way with cash and gift items first day of every year. Baby Boluwatife Johnson is yet to be formally named until after 7 days, attracted attention to all the children at the National Hospital as the minister, on behalf of the wife of the president, made several donations to children in various conditions, with the hospital management also not left out. This year, it is the turn of the National Hospital, Abuja, to clinch the position of welcoming first baby of the year, as they also host dignitaries from the presidential villa, Abuja, to welcome baby of the year. Whose turn will it be in 2025? Only time will tell when the time ticks to end 2024 and herald 2025. From the National Hospital, Abuja, I am Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
Thank you, Ngozi. And now let's head to Port Harcourt, where Jenny is standing by to tell us what's happening with the New Year celebrations in the Garden City. Hello, Jenny.
Thank you very much, Naja, too. Hello, Naja. Yes, Port Harcourt was a blast today. In fact, recreational centers were filled to the brim. This was unlike yesterday, where most streets were empty and shops were closed. But of course, you know, New Year is usually a period where families and friends bond together to relax and sometimes visit places of interest. And like I said, Port Harcourt recreational centers were filled to the brim. And even open spaces were also filled. Port Harcourt, NTA Port Harcourt Arena was one of such spots where some group organized a picnic and they had fun, they had many sporting activities. But right now I am at GRA, and behind me is a popular cinema where it houses so many interesting places that anybody can sit down, ranging from even if you are a child, you are a parent, you can sit out there. They have gym, they have playground for children, they also have club where people can sit and have fun. Of course, you can see the roads are very busy, but it was busier than this earlier, but the roads are still very busy. Behind me are cars parked over there. Plenty cars are parked there. An indication that a lot of people are inside the cinema. Of course, unfortunately, they did not allow cameras to enter inside. In front of me is also a motor park where lots of people, lots of fun seekers are parked, of course, to enter that cinema to have fun. Well, before you came to me, I spoke to some respondents about their expectations and of course their prayers for Nigeria. They prayed for peace and security and also for all-round favor. And we join our voices to say amen to that. Naja?
Indeed, Jenny, we do join our voices to say amen to that. Thank you very much for that update. And of course, Happy New Year to you once again. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, has commended Ambassador at Large of the African Region, International Human Rights Commission, Dr. Malami Shehu Ma'aji, on his recent decoration with the Medal of Honor for his outstanding performance, selfless service and dedication to humanity in Africa by the World Chairman, International Human Rights Commission, Mohammed Shahid Khan. The commendation was given when Dr. Malami Shehu Ma'aji showed the IHRC Medal and Grand Cross in the Order of Merit to the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who expressed confidence that the global recognition would spur Dr. Ma'aji to rededicate himself to being an advocate of selfless service and human rights in Africa and the world. And now it's time to join Hingino in Lagos for more on the New Year celebrations. Hello, Hingino. Happy New Year.
Hello, Naja. Happy New Year.
The opportunity to witness a new year is always celebrated with gratitude, hopes and desires for better life. And for Christians, it is a time to once again seek the face of God for his direction. Amaka O has a situation report on New Year church service in Lagos.
On New Year Day, annually, Christians take time out to worship and express gratitude to God for the opportunity to witness another year, as they also pray for more blessings to come their way. At Our Lady of Perpetual Help Catholic Church on Victoria Island, the assistant parish priest during the Mass to commemorate the New Year called on Nigerians to embrace peace and be patriotic and make the country a great one for all.
Pray for our leaders, that God may touch their hearts and use them to better our nation, that we may also be responsible citizens.
Other religious leaders used the occasion to pray for the leadership of the country while encouraging the citizens to join hands in building the Nigeria of their dream.
Be hopeful and remember to embrace the God factor. God will do for you what you can't do for yourself.
Believe that things will be much better. Nigerians are hopeful and waiting for a great manifestation, a great shouting, a great joy.
The parishioners appreciate God for the unique opportunity to witness a new year.
We thank God for Nigeria today, at least for the peaceful, for any other thing. And the one more than we continue to pray for the church, pray for the priest, pray for the leaders of the nation, Nigeria.
The worshippers are hopeful that year 2024 will bring divine favors and progress for them and the nation at large. This year, only a handful of churches within the metropolis opened for service after the crossover. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Still on the new year, the tradition of making resolutions at the beginning of the year is common among Nigerians and serves as a parameter to measure their achievements. Lanre Bile went to town to find out what people have resolved to achieve in the new year.
Beginning of every year, people resolve to make changes in their lives to become better, and in most cases, these resolutions are not kept. How important is it to make a resolution, and what happens if these goals are not met?
We all had a plan, we had a resolution last year, which majority achieved, but personally there are some I did not. I wish this 2024, I'm going to achieve a lot.
As year 2024 begins, some people have made a list of things that they want to achieve in the year, with hopes to improve on their choices in life. These respondents speak on their expectations for the year.
The things I couldn't be able to achieve last year, which is my academy, because when I lost my dad, I stepped down from my school, and I really want to achieve it last year. I couldn't be able to do it. I'm planning towards it this year.
Things that I put down that I'm going to do, to follow through and be consistent in every good things that I've been doing.
I want to achieve for this 2024. I want to get married and I want to build a house. May God help me.
With determination and focus, many believe that the goals and targets set for the new year will be achieved at the end of the year. In Lagos, Lanre Bile, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. Musa is standing by.
You're still watching NTA Network News. Now let's bring you up to speed with business development. Economic watchers have welcomed the signing of 2024 budget into law by President Bola Tinubu. At the same time, applaud the move to reduce budget deficit to more than 3%. Senior economists with SPM professionals Paul Alaje echoed the need to ensure 100% implementation of the budget for the development of the country.
The current expenditure is so very critical. I've seen 9.9 trillion naira capital expenditure, recurrent debt and the current non-debt. So we have recurrent. Every other thing after capital expenditure are called recurrent expenditure. What many are expecting is that we'll continue to reduce our debt by improving on revenue. But what I've seen again is that this budget also estimated for huge revenue compared to what we had last year, which is a major improvement.
Now to capital market after successful activities in 2023. The year 2024 promises to be even better as the equities market remain close for the New Year break. Meanwhile, total turnover of 1.18 billion shares worth 31.4 billion naira in 23,969 deals was traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange. Let's see the closing figures for the week ended December 29, 2023. Well, that's it. The news continues with Najatu.
Thank you, Musa. And of course, Happy New Year. Now let's find out what's happening in the world of sports.
The 2024 sporting calendar provides a spectacular windows of opportunities for Nigerian sportsmen and women to showcase their talents and bring honors to the country. Starting with the African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire, the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games to other national and continental engagements, Nigerians expect a more glorious outing and laudable achievements in the sports sector in 2024.
Going beyond what we did in 2023, I want to begin with this senior national team of Nigeria, talking about the Super Eagles. The campaign for the Let's Do It Again has actually been rocking the airwaves, and I hope to see that Nigeria go to Côte d'Ivoire and return home with the trophy, making it the fourth time that we'll be winning the Nations Cup. And I also want to see the Super Falcons qualify for the Olympics.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Sports Development, Senator John Eno, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Cross River State Minister of Sports Development, has promised to partner with private initiatives in grassroots sports development, especially in diversifying to other sports apart from football. The minister stated this at the 4th edition of the annual Anthony Gekbe Memorial Volleyball Tournament at the Itigidi Abi local government area of Cross River State.
Since we started this, I know the impact we have made on the youths. You know, we look forward to this event every 29th to 31st of December. And this is the 4th edition.
You should not take this exposure for granted, because the ministry is very, very determined and is ready to partner with individuals, corporate organizations to develop sports in this country.
Finally, ahead of the World Table Tennis Championship in Doha, Nigeria's tennis sensation Aruna Quadri will know his opponent on Tuesday. Aruna will make his third appearance at the World Table Tennis Championship, which runs from January 3rd to 5th in Doha, Qatar. He is the only African player to have featured in WTT finals since its inauguration in 2021. With sports update, I'm Austin Edemodo, NTA News.
Weather forecast is next.
Welcome to the weather forecast. We expect further improvement in visibility over the northern parts of the country. And to the central cities, slight dust haze is expected, while moderate dust haze to the inland cities of the south. And with the continuous influx of moisture into the country, the coastal cities are expected to have few patches of cloud with haziness and slim prospect of isolated thunderstorms later in the day to parts of Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa and Lagos State. Let's take a look at the air quality index and weather forecast across some selected cities. Thank you for watching.
That concludes the network news on NTA. Thanks for watching. From all of us at NTA, Happy New Year.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Hi.
You don't know when you have bacteria breath, and bacteria may be the cause of it. Don't let bacteria breath get all the attention. Use Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Close-Up helps get rid of bacteria breath.
Nigeria, Africa's beauty on the Gulf of Guinea, blessed with natural landmass and wildlife reserve.
Nigeria, largest economy in Africa. Nigeria, famous accomplishments in entertainment and sports.
Nigeria, resource